How to write a conclusion paragraph. Content. What is a conclusion paragraph? Definition. Transition words and phrases. How to write a conclusion paragraph. Example of a conclusion paragraph. Okay, you're almost done with your essay. You've got a solid introduction that outlines the issues you're discussing, and you've done your research. Each paragraph has a good topic sentence, and your ideas are well organized. Now, how do you wrap it all up? Today, we're going to look at conclusion paragraphs. There are some phrases writers in English almost always use in concluding paragraphs. We'll look at those, and we'll discuss the kinds of content you should put into your conclusion. We also have a list of things to avoid in conclusion paragraphs. Are you ready? What is a conclusion paragraph? In essay terms, a conclusion paragraph is one which is used to sum up and bring to a conclusion all of the ideas that have been discussed during the body of the essay. The conclusion paragraph can be used to demonstrate to the audience that the goal you set out to achieve has been accomplished. It can also show the reader that you have proven your thesis statement. There are specific terms which should be used when starting your conclusion paragraph. These words and phrases, known as conclusion transition words, can help you to bring together all of your ideas and thoughts in one neat and concise sentence. Some of these phrases might be as follows. In summary, to sum up, in conclusion, by and large, in short, finally, in brief, to summarize, on the whole, in the final analysis. How to write a conclusion paragraph. When writing your conclusion paragraph, there are certain rules you should follow. For example, there are certain things that should be included in a conclusion paragraph. The idea is to sum up what has been talked about in the essay. You might follow these tips to help you along. Refer back to your introduction paragraph to guide you in writing your conclusion. You should also recall information from each of your body paragraphs and summarize this in the conclusion. It is also important to give the reader something to consider once they have finished the essay. The conclusion paragraph should flow and bring the piece of writing to a close smoothly and concisely. You can think of the conclusion as being the polar opposite of the introduction. An introduction will begin general and move into being specific, whereas the conclusion starts off with a specific point and goes into a more general ending. The closing sentence of your conclusion should give your readers a sense that the essay has achieved what it set out to accomplish, and that they are glad they have read the essay or have come away with some additional knowledge. Your conclusion should refer back to the thesis statement which you included in your introduction. However, if you want to write a truly catchy essay, you should not repeat it word for word in your conclusion. A better way to refer back to it would be to reword it slightly. In order to bring the audience full circle, it is important to refer back to the themes that were mentioned in your introduction. There are certain things that should be avoided when writing a conclusion paragraph. Let's take a look at these now. You should never bring up new information in the conclusion paragraph. This is a place exclusively for summing up the ideas that have been talked about. If a new idea comes to mind when writing the conclusion, you should create a body paragraph for this information. Data and statistics should not be included in the conclusion. These should be kept to the body. Never use the thesis statement for the first time during the conclusion paragraph. Do not write a conclusion that does not follow the tone or theme of the rest of the essay. It should tie in with what has already been said and how it has been said. Example of a conclusion paragraph. The first example is taken from an argumentative essay. To conclude, the writers had said that the vegetarian diet led to the less small, all-cause type of mortality and a couple of declines in cause-specific mortality. Coupled with the Eschel paper, the study should have proven that the vegetarian diet is a lot safer for everyone. The next example is one taken from an essay based on the subject of why Ross did not deserve Rachel on Friends. Even though viewers had always expected that Ross and Rachel would reunite at the end of the Friends series, the fact is that Ross did not deserve her as a girlfriend. As we saw at the beginning of the series, he was unfaithful to her after they had been together for more than a year, and he did not wish to admit his wrongdoing once they attempted to get back together after breaking up the first time. On top of this, Ross was extremely demanding and jealous as a partner, shouting at Rachel in the presence of their friends on many occasions. Finally, and most importantly, he had an awful reaction when she told him that she was pregnant after the wedding of Monica and Chandler, which made him undesirable as a partner for either her or any other character within the show. This conclusion is even more apparent when we view the show years after it ended, now that we have a better understanding of the rights of women and of domestic abuse in romantic relationships. To sum up, your conclusion should refer back to the previous parts of your essay, show that you have achieved what you promised in the introduction, and give the reader something to think about going forward. Now, go and finish that essay.